It's Dragon Ball time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Bandai Tamashii Nation's Dragon Ball Z Tenshinhan, also known as Tien. I don't know why he's called Tien. I think he's only called Tien in English, which I never got. I like Tenshinhan a lot better, so we're gonna roll with that. It's finally time for a new Dragon Ball figure, and this is so long overdue. I don't know why it took so long to finally get out Tenshinhan, and Yamcha also review coming up soon. But first, we're gonna have a look at this guy over here. First things taking him out of the box, I gotta say I like it. But honestly, I did some research, and there's a lot of things inconsistent about him. But we'll get to that first of all. I want to have a look at size. I stood him up next to the rest of some of the cast of the SH Figuarts line. He stands at 15 centimeters, 6 inches to the top of his bald head. And as I was saying, he really is just a tiny bit taller than Goku and such, so he does fit in nicely. Now, a Payne detail, that's one of the first things. They took the easy way out by just doing the pants. They didn't do like the drape over his shoulder. He doesn't have a huge plethora of appearances of outfits, but like I'm saying, they went for a simple one. But that's not a bad thing because the muscle work is super nicely done. But first of all, I want to have a look at the face. They did the eyes right. That's one thing, because most Dragon Ball characters, you have like the eyes that just kind of go from the eyebrows. Now the problem with it, it's inconsistent. You made it all dark over here, and then it stops dead, and the lower part is just brighter, and it goes on over here. So you could say it kind of goes over to the knee pad, and then it just continues over there. But it's pretty rough in that regard. But it still looks good. I mean, I guess it's at the point where I'm like, oh my god, finally some shading and some decent looking shading. So it's a thing, you know. I'm okay with it, but it could be done better. But no, he does have the more round eyes, and of course the one eye on the top in the static face. It looks good overall. I like the way it's painted. I like the black around the eyes. It's not too fake, and the eyebrows are very nice and clean. And then we get to the torso, and quite frankly, I'm looking at this guy, and I think he might be one of the most ripped Dragon Ball characters in the SH Figuarts line. Now, sure, most of them wear a shirt or something, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. They didn't make the drape over thing over here, but the muscle work looks super nice, so I can forgive that. Now, one of the things that's inconsistent is his scar. This is correct for the most part of Dragon Ball Z, but I looked up some pictures, and in early Dragon Ball Z, the scar actually goes down to his torso. But like in later pictures, in later episodes where he showed up, it seems to just cover his chest. For the rest of it, you got a simple red belt, nicely molded. You got the green and red bracelets, wristbands, whatever. Now for the pants, actually has some shading on it. Now let's have a look at the articulation. First of all, I think this is one of the best articulated hats I had in a while. It's a double ball pack, and you can rotate it around, can bring it back and forth. I guess that's because there's nothing blocking it. Even tilts out to the side like that, very nicely done. And then we got the neck. Has a little bit of wiggle motion, goes back and forth, goes side to side. Again, a little bit. I mean, it's very good, actually. The neck and head articulation combined are very good. Then we get to the shoulder over here. Of course, as you can tell, you have the big hinge over there. You can bring that up and down. It's kind of blocked. I mean, it doesn't go up that far, but it's okay. Then we have a big butterfly joint in the shoulder itself. And you have to kind of pull on the bicep, because his huge chest kind of blocks his arm, because he's so muscular, like I'm saying. But yeah, you can pull that out all the way, and of course you can rotate it around because it is on a long ball pack over there. So you got that. Got a bicep swivel, got a double hinged elbow. There we go. Once again, very muscular, so it doesn't go up all the way. But you can play around with it a little bit. Then we got the fist on the cut ball joint, so you can rotate that around all the way, bring it back and forth. The torso is quite impressive. They left just enough room to get some really nice motion out of it once again, and it doesn't show. It doesn't leave any gaps at all, but it just rotates around so seamlessly. So really nice job on that. Then the crotch piece itself, that rotates around, of course. The belt is floaty, so it doesn't really have that much room to go up or anything, but it doesn't get in the way, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And as you can tell over there, it's directly connected to the torso. But you can rotate it around a little bit to get some wiggle motion out of that, so that's fine. Then we got to the legs, and what I didn't mention before is like the ball packs kind of stick out over here. But if they would have closed the gap, you probably wouldn't have gotten any articulation at all. So that way, it goes up very nicely, a little over 45 degrees. I mean, if you push on it. and then goes out to the back, same thing, goes up very nicely, goes out to the side, and then you have this piece just kind of blocking it. You can't really rotate it around. I mean, you can rotate around, of course, at the ball joint, so you can do that, but it doesn't quite get the 45, but it's okay once again. Then we got the double hinged knees, and it's a big hinge over there. Like, look at this thing. I don't know. I mean, it sticks out kind of weirdly, but with these big flappy pants, I guess it's better than having just a gap over there. So, once again, I'm fine with that. It goes up nicely. You have some gaps over here that's just, you can't really prevent that. You can't really do anything about that. And we have the foot on the ball joint with a hinge, so you can rotate that left and right, you can bring it back and forth, and you have a toe hinge. So there you go for your articulation. Now, I gotta say kudos on the amazing faces. You kind of got the angry looking face, with the eye just looking straight at you, just looking a hole through your soul. And he has the veins in the hand with this one as well. Then we got KIKOHO! This is really what this one screams to me. And yeah, screams is the right word. And the eye is always in the same place. The eye on his forehead. I guess I'm okay with that. I'm not really complaining, that's just kind of something I noticed. And also, all these hats have veins. All the extra hats have veins. I love this expression. It's so nice. And it looks kind of goofy, but I mean, it's still well done. And then we have the hands, and I have them in the plastic because this is just so nicely done. They put this one so nice together. Of course, the hands are single. You can have them, you don't have to have them both together, but that's why I kept them in the box, because otherwise I would just fumble around. And you got the double fingers, you got the grabby, the booby grab hands, and you got the open blast hands for your Tenshinhan. And finally, you got Chaozu. Now, two things about this. I think it's amazing that they added the Chaozu. It's just kind of sad. Like, what kind of Chaozu do you do? Like, just a static one where it just stands there and actually has some articulation. But do you just a static one where it just kind of stands there or whatnot? No, you do the one where he kills himself trying to kill Nappa. You know, the one where he grabs onto Nappa's back and detonates himself. That's the one we're getting. I mean, from a figure standpoint, this is cool, this is nice, this is very, very, very nicely done accessory. He doesn't rotate around at the arms. Kind of rotates around at the chest, but I'm not really sure. It's just blocking, like the way the belt is molded over here, it goes down and goes up. So you don't really get the, I mean, you would get the legs around, but I don't want to break anything right now, so I'm not going to do that, as we can already establish. The hat moves around, and this little guy is very nicely done, very nicely painted. It has even some detail on the shoes over here, so that's cool. I just find it sad that they made one where he kills himself. I should have taken a single look at the hands, because as I took them out of the packaging, you actually have holes in there, and I don't really get it. Like, why did they do that? I guess to just really line them up nicely? I don't know, just something to know. He has holes in his hand, so if you want to display him with like just the open hand, that's kind of looking weird then. So there you go with that. And that's going to bring me to the final thoughts. And I mean, of course, I do recommend this one right off the bat, because you gotta have a Tien, or Tenshinhan, or whatever you want to call him. I'm so glad that they finally did something new, and I think this character is long overdue, and they really did a good job with the molding. You really got all the accessories you need. You don't have an energy effect. The shading is random, yes, but hey, there's shading on it, so otherwise it would have looked a lot more bland, so I'm forgiving with that. And overall, it's not a huge deal breaker in this figure. There's nothing that's super wrong or super bad about it, so yeah, recommend it. And Yamcha review coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. But for now, as usual guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Tenshinhan wants. KIKOHO! KIKOHO! KIKOHO!